Ooh.
What's up, everyone? We're live.
Again. We didn't. Oh, I moved out of frame. That was weird. We did not go live yesterday.
No, everything opened up in Connecticut again, including thrift stores. Well, not everything. I still haven't gotten a haircut, but that's a different story. The governor decided that everything can open but hairstylists and salons. So the hairstylists and salons aren't open yet.
I need a trim. Hey, you need to trim a little more than I do, though.
But the thrift stores are open, so Karen went thrifting yesterday.
Yes, I did.
She's going to do a haul video eventually on that stuff to show you guys what we found.
It's baking in our garage right now.
And then it's got to get washed.
Yes. So I completely untagged everything out on the back porch. And I
hey, Christine, what's up?
Let everything die, hopefully, if there is anything. The thrift store was interesting. You know, they definitely did make efforts to have arrows on every single line and 6 feet markers.
What's up, Michelle?
There were people not paying attention to them, though. And that kind of made me a little nervous.
And we apologize again about the scheduling on YouTube.
know.
We don't know what's going on. She swears she scheduled it for 1:30, and for some reason they keep saying 10:30 a.m. on our scheduled time. I don't get that.
After
we're gonna
this
figure
video,
this out.
we're gonna go try to make.
We're gonna figure that out. Yeah.
Maybe we're on a different time zone. I'm like, are we on a different time zone? I'm pretty sure I'm in Connecticut right now.
What's up, DCC Summer and Kimberly? How you guys doing today? Welcome in. So while we get started and go through all this stuff, we're going to be talking about today the 5 tips that we can give you guys for new postures, for new people who are getting into resellers. Reselling? What should you have?
And you guys can chime
available?
in too.
Yeah. What should you have available? Getting your ducks in a row, all that good stuff. So these are 5 things
a lot of people that are turning to start selling things now that there have been sheltering in place. And I mean, my friend, our hairdresser, she started putting all this stuff up on Marketplace and be like, do you know people buy this stuff? I'm like, yes, I do. So, there's people that aren't necessarily resellers that are looking to supplement in these times.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why we made this video. I know that, a lot of you have been doing this and are doing this and are in the thick of it. And this is not going to be new stuff to you, but you guys also might have some things to tell somebody who's brand new, who has no idea where to start, So the first thing I did, and I had to really think, is I had to gather stuff to sell. I mean, I think that is kind of common sense. If you're looking to go start selling stuff and make money, you're already looking to what you can sell. So, gathering your own items, asking family for them. I don't suggest somebody that has absolutely no clue to just go dropping hundreds at a thrift store when they have no clue,
That wouldn't work.
That would not be the very first step.
Wouldn't be a good idea to go out and do that.
And
we all make mistakes. Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve. You can't just dive right into a thrift store and go buy a pair of jeans and expect to make $60, $70 off those jeans. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're looking for. And starting with what you have available in your own house is the best way to do that. You're going to get used to the platform. You're going to get used to listing and photographing and all that good stuff. And you're going to be doing it with stuff that you have no investment in. So if you make a mistake, you don't have to worry about it. If you sell something for too low, big deal. You have no money tied up in this stuff, and it's a great way to dip your feet and really figure out how to start a reselling business and go from there.
Michelle says to check comps.
No, definitely want to check comps. Yes.
Comparable things of the same thing or similar item that have already sold, and that's not my mom. I turned my mom onto Poshmark back in August, and pretty much everything I'm telling you guys today, I was telling her, and she's still learning, but she started off with her own clothes, but she didn't know how to price anything. She was like, I don't know, what should I ask for this? And I was constantly getting texts for the first 2 weeks. Love you, Mom. And, I got this, and I don't wear this anymore. How much should I price this at? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to show you how to do comps right now because I can't take these random. I don't mind helping my mother. I love you, Mama.
Kimberly, I'll address that real
comps.
quick. So Kimberly's asking, have you seen the new feature on Posh for copying your listing? Do you think that will not help with pleasing the listing gods, since Posh will know you're copying and relisting? Well, I can answer that real simply with my own experiences. I always copy and paste. Karen, it drives her nuts.
We don't have the we don't have that.
No, but I'm talking about when I list my own things. When I go out, I understand that, but I'm going to explain through my own experience what happened. So I I use notes. I'll have a set note and I'll type up a description for a polo or whatever, and then I'll list it. And then when I get a new polo, I'll go on and I'll copy that same description. I'll change the measurements out. I'll change a few things in the listing. But it's I've never had a problem. So I don't think that it's going to be the same type of thing with when you're copying your listings on Posh. I don't think it's really going to create a problem. I've copied titles before word for word from the same thing and never had a problem selling stuff. Miss a, yeah, once in a while I'll miss a color.
I'm looking at a red shirt and I'm like, babe.
It's just, it saves a lot of time for me when I'm going to make my listings, and I haven't noticed the difference in sales. So I don't think that feature is going to hinder the sales process either.
No, we don't. I don't have it on my.
We don't have access to it yet, so we don't.
They roll it out.
We have no experience with it, but
however, Poshmark, when they put out things for sellers to use, when they have all these tools, and whatever they are, however you feel about the different tools that they give us sellers, they put them out there for you to use. So Poshmark's not going to say, hey, we're going to allow you to copy and paste your listing and then dock you for it. They wouldn't do that. Like, why would they do that? And I am a queen of relisting. I love doing it. It's very helpful. And I know a lot of people during the pandemic that's been going on the past couple of months, like, you guys have been copying and pasting and relisting because, people's inventory, a lot of people's inventories have started dwindling.
Exactly.
And, just getting fresh eyes on it. So I don't think that that's going to be an issue, or they wouldn't have put out the feature. They wouldn't ding us for using something they gave us to use, and that's my opinion, quite obviously.
Right. So back to the top things you can do when you're a new, or top couple of things you can do when you're a new reseller. Once you start growing your business a little bit, once you start making sales, once you get used to Poshmark, once you do all that good stuff, it's time to think about getting serious with it. And you're going to know by now whether this is for you or not, whether you can stick with reselling, whether it's something that you can make part-time, full-time, whatever. You're going to know after a month or so of doing it, whether this is for you or not. Once that happens, you want to start thinking about getting your resale certificate, branding your business, registering your business. Karen does a DBA right now. We're going to move over to an LLC very shortly. We're thinking about an S corp, but we'll figure that out. But there are different ways to register your business, different ways, like an LLC, a DBA, a S corp. There's all types of different things. You're going to want to talk to an accountant to get their best advice for you and how you're going to handle your business and which one fits your needs best.
I didn't register my business for the first almost a year because I didn't know. I was just selling stuff out of my closet and working.
But once we started getting serious, she registered the business right away and got the resale certificate. And that resale certificate is going to open up a lot of opportunity for you guys. Not only are you going to be tax exempt from purchases at thrift stores, as long as you have that certificate with you, because you're taxing on the sale. So you don't have to worry about paying taxes at the stores on stuff you buy. So that's going to save you whatever your sales tax is. It's like 6.8% here or something like that. It's going to save you a little money, but it's also going to give you the options to do bulk buys, to do wholesale lots, stuff like that. A lot of those sites require resale certificates to buy on their sites, even get in the door. And some of those sites even require invoices of previous purchases from different sites or from their own, or that show that you're actually getting into it. So the resale certificate is the first step to being able to buy that stuff, to buy that bulk buys and all that.
Next step, Or the next, once you start growing and you're like, okay, what now? What do I do? I've sold all my clothes and I've already asked my parents 10 times, and my friends, what do I do now? Then once you actually start listing things, you have to be prepared to ship. Now, the reason why Poshmark is such a good platform to start on is because their shipping is so freaking easy. Now, you guys could chime in and tell them the same thing if you want. Anything 5 pounds and under, you just get a shipping label emailed to you. Throw it in any box for the most part. Very few stipulations on that. And just put it in the mail or schedule a pickup. It's a little more simpler than eBay, where you have to measure and weigh and calculate. And especially for someone who's never done anything like this before, that can be intimidating. Even Mercari, you have to weigh things. Yeah. So Poshmark is a very great thing, but you have to be prepared to ship. You need to have a way to create your label. You need to have a printer. It doesn't have to be a Dynamo or a roll. But
if you're serious about it, those are great investments. Yep. Those are great investments. I mean, when she first started, and just thinking about those thermal printers and those labels, we were spending
ink,
$500 every couple months on ink or something like that. It grew up. We go through ink cartridges like every 2 weeks or so, and we'd have to keep buying new ink, and that ink is expensive. So,
and our printer was. I love the printer's still going strong. Like we still use.
Yeah, we still use it from Mercari because you can't use the label printer there, right?
Yeah. So the ink, though, like even if you're just printing black and white, if you're low on like blue or cayenne or whatever the colors are, it won't print. Like that's how ours is, even if I'm just choosing black or white. And it's like, well, why do I need yellow to print? So it was kind of really frustrating, and I would go through so much. And in the beginning, that's fine. Yeah. In the beginning, if you're only selling a few things here and there, that's fine if you have a printer. You know, you also have to find a way to get your labels. I don't care how. I know some people actually go to libraries or their friends print it out for them in the beginning, you know, until they get set up. Also think about boxes. You know, boxes, poly bags, some way to put the stuff in. You know, we get so excited. My first sale, I have to ship it out. ...
You can use any packing material you want on Poshmark. They have a deal with the post office. So everything is sent priority, right?
Yeah, so Michelle says Poshmark is priority. You can use free supplies from the post office for priority mail. Yeah, you can order them right online, create an account. They ship them to you. You can also use the same account to schedule pickups. You don't even have to go to the post office. No,
in fact, we haven't been going to the post office ever since this stuff started to hit the fan. So we've been scheduling pickups every day, and it's very convenient. You know, when they bring you your mail, they grab your packages and they ship it out.
Yes, anything except
express. That's right.
Packaging. Yep. That's why I said for like the majority, like almost anything will roll with that Poshmark label, just not a blue express box. My mom, when she first, I said, Mom, go get stuff before you make your first sale. And she has her little stack of packages, like boxes from the post office, and she has means to ship. She has her tape. She got some tape, and she was so excited when her first sale came in, and that's great, you know. But she was ready for it. She was ready to get that item out the door. Now let's kind of talk about photography. Most people use their phone. Most people, it's so simple on Poshmark to take your phone. Most people have smartphones. Take your pictures with your phone. There's editing apps if you need to. Some phones take spectacular pictures as it is.
The iPhones do a great job. We both use iPhones, and great pictures, great quality, like
easy.
And very simple.
Very simple.
I mean, we use Apple everything. So we use like an iPhone, then we shipped it over to the iPad to write the descriptions, and then it's in the notes, and it's all there, and we just pop it right in. It's very seamless with the Apple products. Androids work just as well. Yep. It's a little less seamless. I think you got to do a little more copy and pasting. Do they have cloud?
Yep.
I'm not familiar with Androids.
You had one.
Yeah, a long time ago.
But yeah, you don't need to go investing in like a DSLR camera and start like taking like if you have one,
use it. Yeah.
Use it.
If you want, if you feel like using it, use it. Yeah.
Don't think you need to go buying huge memory cards and doing all this stuff. And you know, it's okay to use your phone. I have been doing this for years, and I don't use a camera. I use my phone. This is it. You know, I don't. We have it. We have it for YouTube. We have a very nice Canon.
Yep.
G7X. Yep. I don't use that for Poshmark. I'm sure it would take beautiful pictures. I'm sure.
It's a hassle. You got to take the memory card out, plug it in the computer, transfer all the photos. It takes a lot of time. Mm-hmm. So the phone is really the easiest way. If you don't have a smartphone, not everyone has a smartphone. We get it. The camera is going to be your best friend there, and you'll need a computer to get the pictures onto the computer.
It's definitely doable.
It's doable.
Or if your smartphone doesn't take good pictures,
right?
And you do have a regular camera. I'm not trying to deter you from that whatsoever. You know, the pictures are what's going to get somebody to open up your listing.
And use natural lighting if you have it. That's right, Michelle. We use natural lighting for everything, and you get the best pictures that way. Natural light is the best light. So if you have a corner room with a bunch of windows, it's a perfect place to take a picture, to take your pictures. So what's up, Jody?
Natural lighting is great. It's really it shows the truest colors.
Yeah.
We use lighting kits when we need to, but we don't like to. And that's another thing. You don't need to go buying all these different lighting kits, unless your situation calls for it.
If you need it,
what if, the only place you can take pictures is in the basement?
Yeah.
Or, everybody's situation's a little bit different, but your photos, if you take half-ass photos. I'm trying not to swear. Just so photos. Yeah, sure, that thing can sell, whatever it is. However,
you're gonna get much better results with better photos.
So more consistent results.
Learn to master photography, get those angles right, get the lighting right, and you'll have great results selling on the app. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you're new to our channel, definitely subscribe. We talk about reselling all the time. We focus on Poshmark primarily, and we go live every week. Also, there's a link in the descriptions for our email list. If you haven't clicked on that link and got on that email list, definitely do it. You're going to get a free 6-part Poshmark workshop just for signing up for the email. And it's a great resource. It shows you how we run and operate a Poshmark business or reselling business right out of our house. And each of those videos will come to you 1 per day for the next 6 days once you get on the list. So check it out. It's an awesome resource.
My next suggestion is a place somewhat dedicated to your photos. You know, if you're just going to list a handful of things every couple of months, that's cool. You don't really have to do so much stuff. But if you're really working on building a business and getting to know what you're doing with this, you need to have a dedicated space, and it doesn't have to be much. I mean, I know that there's people that do campus reps, you know, like people that are in college, all they have are like little 3M hooks on their small little prison,
their dorm room walls,
dorms, no, these little like cubes, and it's like, if that's all you have, that's cool. Work with it, you know. My mom uses her bedspread. It's a very muted bedspread. It doesn't like take away from it, and it works, you know. She tried different things, and I said,
she's got a smaller house, so she has to make do with what she does. We have our own separate spaces. On one side of the house is literally all windows for us. Karen has a corner bedroom on the first floor. We have a 3-bedroom house, 1 bedroom downstairs and 2 upstairs, and the first floor bedroom is our studio. It's got windows on 2 sides of the corner windows, and then I use the dining room, which has big bay windows and 2 windows on the side, so it lets in great light, and they work perfectly for us.
The reason why we do that is because we could be photographing at the same time.
Or it gives us the opportunity to photograph at different times too, which is mostly what we do. Because the light in my area is usually best between like
a little later.
Earlier.
Earlier now.
9 to 12. When it's fall back time, it's like 1 to 3.
It kind of switches because the sun on the house, you know, moves. So
but her room is best in around the afternoon, so she goes in the afternoon to take pictures, which is great because it gives us different time to really watch the baby, and one of us is always with him at all times. So it affords us that opportunity too.
But a place to take photos and finding some kind of way to take them, whether it be a backdrop, a rug, a wood floor, or paneling.
No, you have your rug linked in. She uses a white furry rug that's even, linked in our descriptions.
However you do it.
It's a great backdrop. It's really cheap, and she got me one. We both use them now for the white backdrop, and it's perfect. We just throw it on the floor, do a flat lay, and
it's machine washable.
Yeah.
You know, like my studio is a cat-free, shoe-free room. Like, I walk around there in socks / barefoot, but you know, stuff can get in the rug. So just shake it out and throw it in the wash every now and again, and it's fine. Comes out just as white and just as fluffy.
Poster boards, anything. Michelle uses white bulletin board paper that works.
That does work. I used that for quite some time when we lived in a condo, which didn't have a lot of natural light. But yeah, this is also where you could kind of start thinking about branding and having like cohesive photography. You know, some people, there's flamingos in every photo I take, even if it's subtle. It's just part of the branding of the closet. And you know, once you're like, I like this, like my mom likes her bedspread now that we've decided out of all the things she's tried. You know, and so like when people see your closet, it's all cohesive, it's all like branded kind of, you know. So that's where that could kind of help you grow as well. I have white faux fur purchased from the fabric store. That was my first thing before I ever got rug. After I went from a cardboard to a whiteboard, you know, like the magic erase boards. And I didn't get any glare from it. That was actually pretty cool. And then I went to Joann Fabrics and I bought like, I think 2 yards of like white fuzzy fabric. But that thing molted so bad. More than just like lint roller. That thing would come out in clumps and I'm like, ugh. So I didn't use that one too long. So, but then I purchased the rugs. You know, I was like, I needed to not like fall apart as much.
They're good quality. They don't fall apart. They don't. They don't shed.
But the fabric thing was just like, I don't know. It was just like everywhere, and it would get worse. Like the more I used it.
Christine got hers from Five Below.
Oh,
so take a look. Five Below is a pretty cool store. And they got random stuff there all the time. So, in fact, I think we've bought stuff for resale from them before. It's a pretty. If you have the time, it's a good place to go get some product.
There's a lot of crap.
Everything is Five Below. $5 or below. So you can really, if you want to spend a couple hours in there, you can find some product that will actually flip on eBay. That's a whole different story, though. So.
Very much. Oh, thank you very much, Michelle. She says she loves my photos.
Karen does take great photos.
So you also have the last thing is putting the stuff somewhere. Storage. You don't want to mix it in with your own clothes. I mean, if you want to dedicate part of your closet or the bottom 2 drawers of your dress, whatever it is, that's cool.
When she first started, she just had you had bins, right? You always use the bins.
I had 3 big bins.
But they were small. We had obviously smaller inventory when she first started. So
and I also used all the way to the right of my closet. Like I literally had like an area that was just not my clothes. For like dresses and stuff like that.
And when we first started,
and under the bed shoe organizer.
When we first started, we were in a small condo, only a 2-bedroom condo, and all bedrooms were filled up. So we had to get creative with our spaces. We stacked bins where we could fit them, and
out in the upstairs hallway.
Yeah, upstairs hallway. We had a little landing.
And the landing. That's also where we had like the full length mirror. When you're like, oh, how do I look today? Right outside of the bathroom, kind of. So it was like this lovely full length mirror. Tub.
So get creative with your space and just realize that you are going to end up turning into a hoarder at some point. It just happens. Your house will look like you're a crazy hoarder, but it's all stuff that will make you money. I mean, we have clothing in every corner of this house, either waiting to be photographed, waiting to go into inventory. We have our bins in our garage and our basement and different sections of what needs to be done.
It means what's happening to it. It's like we have a system.
It's a pain in the butt when we have company because we got to go and move it into a central place so that our house looks normal. Mm-hmm. But when we're just doing our normal thing, we just got stuff in different spots, and it all makes sense to us. So make sure you're doing it in a way that makes sense to you, that works for you.
And in the beginning, people aren't thinking, "Hey, I should go like put my inventory somewhere." They just think, fold it up nice, put it in a corner.
Yeah.
But when you start growing and you go from like 20, 30 items and all of a sudden like you triple
that, 500 items now or whatever,
get out of control really quickly trying to find things. Mm-hmm. So having storage and some kind of basic inventory system.
Our system is simple. We label each bin with a letter and then a letter and a number. So she's got like D2, B3, and then we just go and put 100 things in those bins. We can usually fit about 100 and label them from B201 to B299, and that's how we find our items. We just put that into the
and then listing. The numbers
recycle right as they sell.
Rarely do I have something that's lasted through all 100 numbers, like say like B201 still be there and not sold or moved somehow by the time B201 circles again. And even if it does, we use clear bags and it's not the same product. Obviously one's this and one's that, but it's rare. So just kind of like Jay said, like get everything ready, things that you might not have thought about because you're so new to this. These are basic things that will help you down the road when you start growing. And then it'll make your life so much easier because like, I'll tell you, like I had those bins in the condo, but once I really started growing the inventory, that's when I started getting overwhelmed. I'm like, I need a better system. I need a better inventory.
Treat your business from the beginning like as if it's a huge business, as if it's huge. Like get those systems in place to the point where when you do grow, if you do blow up and you do get huge, and we hope you do, that you'll have those systems in place and you're used to them and you can really rely on them and move forward and just and have it as easy as possible for you guys.
My bins in the beginning weren't inventory numbers. I had a bin that was jeans, a bin that was tops. The dresses were in closets. The shoes were underneath in the shoe organizer. But then I started growing more and more and realizing that things in different bins had to get put in different bins for weight, size, all that stuff. And it's like, oh, this is too full. I can't put anything else in here. Oh, just move it here. And then it sells. And I'm like, where is it? And I'm like digging through bins, and it was all not like bagged or like it was just there. So it's like, I'm like digging through stuff and then unorganizing it at the same time, looking for one item. And that's when I was like, I need a better system. You know, so having these systems in place before things get out of control, very helpful.
Yeah.
Very, very helpful.
Definitely.
Yes. I adapted a very similar system, but mine are organized by tops, jeans, and fitness. Yes. Okay. But hers still have the letters and numbers. Okay. Some people use words. Oh, it's in the spring bin. I've seen that. I'm like, that's cool. You know, but teach their own. Just have some way that you know where it is and you know how to find it.
And this little tip or whatever is off topic from our top 5 tips to start a new business, but it's something we discussed recently that we're going to start doing and implementing, and it's something that you guys should think about too. So when we go sourcing now, we're obviously going to take everything that we get, leave it outside for 24 hours because of the COVID, and let it decontaminate. Then we're bringing it in and washing it. So what we're going to start doing in our listings and what we're going to start doing when we sell stuff, since we're parents, we do laundry pretty much every day. So at the bottom of our listing where it says this item is in excellent used condition, we have a little thing that we put under every one of our listings. We're going to say that we washed these items when they came home from the thrift store or from when we came home from originally purchasing. We're not going to say a thrift store. And then as the items sell, we're also going to throw it in the wash before we ship it out to you. So it's going to be double washed before it comes. And I think that's really going to put people's minds at ease with not having to worry about bringing something into their house.
It's a little different with
buying used clothes. New with tags, yeah, there's not much you can do at that point. But with buying used clothing on Poshmark, I think that's really going to put people's minds at ease. And if you have the means to do it, you should really consider doing that and implementing that, because I think it's going to make the sales process easier.
Steaming
down the
also
road.
Kills.
Oh yeah, steaming kills germs, the virus as well. Yeah.
Lysol, you know, like it's so.
So if you don't want to wash, all you got to do is run it through. Yeah, run the steamer through it, and that'll do the same thing.
You know, we discussed doing the 2 loads. I might just do the 1 load, and then I steam my crap anyway. Yeah. You know, I steam it fast, steam out all the wrinkles, and I take photographs of it. So I'm gonna try to decide if that's good enough. But at least the 1 wash is definitely happening. So yeah, I went yesterday, and it's already cooking out in the garage right now. But I'm staring at it.
Oh yeah, and you can. Michelle says you can steam new tags too, so that'll kill everything on it. Yeah,
I got
so that makes sense,
new tag bathing suits yesterday that I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I'll just because you can't really wash new with tags. You know? Then it's not so new.
It's not so new anymore. No.
Not so new. So I hope this is going to help somebody. I really hope whoever is like, I'm going to try to sell some stuff and make some money during these times and try Poshmark. I hope these 5 tips really help you get everything ready and get you mentally prepared for what's ahead, and, you know, not just kind of going on a whim. And now you have the tools you need. Yay.
And you really, Poshmark is something you really can grow into a full-time business or a business in general. Just it's something that you really can replace your income with if you do it right. So if you're starting and you really want to get to that point, just stick with it. Don't give up. It took Karen, what did it take you 4 years to go full-time, right? 2013 to 28. No, 5 years, 2013 to 2018.
That wasn't 2018.
It was.
No, it wasn't. I have my exact start date. Because it was the day I turned in my resignation.
Sometime around that time. But
2017, April.
So yeah, 4 years. It took her 4 years to go full time. So it's not something you're gonna do right away. Just stick with it, get used to it, learn the process, and you'll have no problem. So again, if you enjoy this content, guys, definitely hook us up with a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here.
I'm gonna answer a question before we go. Valerie says, "Are you guys hanging items dry? I'm always nervous about shrinking something." So you got to use your good judgment on that. Most people, when they wash their laundry, will do the wash dry as per the ticket, you know, like dry on low, whatever. And once it's been in the dryer, it's not going to shrink. It can't shrink more. The fibers have already done what they were going to do, depending on what it is. So the majority of the stuff, it's a safe bet to say, unless it's silk or a very gentle fabric, which is like obviously not washing machine material anyway. It's probably already been dried. And if you're very like, okay, the fabric is just making you a little nervous about drying it, hang it. Hang it to dry if you're really nervous about it. But like a lot of there's a lot of durable fabrics out there, and most of them have already been through the ringer. And they're already the size they're going to be for the most part. But
yeah, next week we'll resume normal Wednesday at 1:30.
We're going to try to figure out why we keep setting it for 1:30 and then it goes to 10:30.
Who knows?
We're in Connecticut, YouTube.
Yeah, check us out next week at 1:30.
1:30.
On the East Coast.
Even if it says 10:30.
We'll be here. We'll find something cool to talk to you guys about next week. And until then, definitely click that subscribe button if you're new. We talk about this stuff all the time. Get on that email list. First link in the description. Get you that 6-part Poshmark workshop sent right to you every day for 6 days, showing you how we run a full-time business from our house. Great resource. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. Thanks for tuning in today, guys.
Yeah, everybody enjoy your week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.